Jedi Survivor features the same healing system that was first introduced in Fallen Order, with BD1 tossing Cal a stim pack that recovers the health bar. It's a nice boost, but you only get 2 of them when you start, and as you get further in the game and find harder enemies, those 2 stims can run out really fast. Luckily, while you're exploring the different planets, you have the chance to find rare chests that contain upgrades to these stims, giving BD1 additional packs and increasing Cal's chance of survival. There are 10 of these stim upgrades in Jedi Survivor, maxing out the total capacity at 12, which is 2 more than we had in the first game. And in today's video, I'll be showing you exactly where to find every single one of these upgrades. At the end, I'll even show you how to get a perk that gives you an extra bonus stim that caps the total at 13. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to force push the thumbs up button and consider subscribing and getting notified for more Jedi Survivor videos. We'll go through the stim locations organized by planet, and I'll show you the path to get to them starting from the nearest meditation point. If you don't have the meditation point I use in this video listed in your fast travel menu, then you probably haven't found it yet. If that's the case, you may need to do more exploring, or you simply haven't got to that part of the game yet. In either case, when you reach the save point, be sure to come back to this video to see how to get the stim. The first one is really easy. We're starting on Coruscant, and it's the only stim upgrade that you get on the planet. This one can be found during your first visit during the tutorial mission. You can find it in Undercity Meets, and it's being guarded by a KX security droid. From the save point, simply walk forward and wall jump up this short wall, and the KX will be sitting in the back waiting to challenge you. Once you beat the KX, you're free to walk up and collect the stim from the chest. That's it for Coruscant. Next, we're moving on to Koboh, and we're gonna spend a lot of time here since this is where most of the upgrades are. The first upgrade you're likely to get is the one at Doma's shop. If you've been taking your time with exploring Koboh, you've most likely picked up a bunch of priorite shards, and you can take these to Doma's to buy exclusive cosmetics. At the shop, there's an option to spend 10 of these shards to buy a key code, and this key code will allow BD to slice and open that back door that's locked in the shop. If you go into that newly unlocked room, you'll find a second stim upgrade just waiting to be claimed. The stim you're most likely to find after Doma's is the one at the Basalt Rift. From the meditation point here, head north and cross the fallen pillar. Go through that single archway that's on the path here and then climb up this short hill. And when you get to the top, you can either go right towards a meditation chamber or you can go left. Hang that left and you will see a Mogu that's guarding this small area. Defeat the Mogu and then wall run up and around the area until you get to the top of the platform. A short walk from there and down to the right and you'll find the chest with one of those flyers perched on top of it, keeping it safe for you. This next one is a bit of a tricky one, but you can still get it pretty early on during your first visit to Koboh, same as the last 2 we've gone over. This one is found in that ran-down shack at Foothill Falls, across from where you first meet Scuva Stev. We're starting from the save point at Mountain Ascent. Make your way down the path and go back over that small pond where you met Scuva, and then ride the flyer over to the other side. You'll have to clear out the band of Bedlam Raiders who are here, and maybe the 2 Rakas who are walking around, but once it's clear, if you go into the shack, you'll see this giant door that can't be pushed open. The chest with the stim is on the other side of this door. To get to it, you have to go back outside and call a Neko. If the Neko doesn't come, you might not be standing in the right spot. Try walking around a little bit until you find a spot where the Neko responds, and then mount it. Ride it over to this wall here and use the boosted jump to get up and reach the wall. Wall run to the platform and follow it around to the left. Jump across these poles, and when you get to the other side, you'll find a terminal that BD can slice. Have him slice it, and the roller mine that comes out will follow you to the edge of the structure. Once there, use the force to grab and throw the roller mine at that door from the opening in the roof, and it'll blow it up, letting you get through and reach the stim pack. There are 3 more stim packs to find on Koboh, but these are fairly late game finds, and if you don't have the necessary equipment or force powers, you might not be able to reach them just yet. These next 2 both need force lift, so they're only accessible after you've explored the downed Lucre Hulk. Fortunately, one of them is right outside the Lucre Hulk, so that's where we're gonna start. If you fast travel to the Viscid Bog save point, head to the end of the platform you're on and then take the zipline all the way to the end. Jump off at the end and use your grapple to hook onto the pole that's in front of you and swing as far as you can. You will end up landing in the mud and you'll start sinking, but you'll have plenty of time to get to the stones that are in front of you. Once you get out of the mud, move on to the stones and to the platform over on the left. From there, using the force lift, you're going to raise those stones, which are actually pillars, and then you're going to jump from them each one by one until you get to the far side. When you're at the other side, you'll see a decent-sized platform with the chest containing the stim on it, but it's being guarded by two nasty enemies. One of them is just a regular Mogu, but the other is a legendary boss encounter called the Mire Terror. Defeat both of them, and then you can safely collect the stim from the chest. Once you have force lift, you can also get the stim located at the Derelict Dam. When you spawn in at that save point, run forward until you reach the tunnel that has the roller mine in it. Let it follow you to the right side of the map, over by where the workbench is, and when you get to the edge of this platform, use the force to grab and throw the roller mine at this chunk of the wall. The explosion will destroy the wall, and you can go through. Follow that path up and around. You may have to fight the Garako that drops down on these two battle droids. Then climb the rope until you get to the top. Keep following the path, and you will see a giant yellow gate on the left that can only be opened by using force lift. Open it and keep following that path until you see an opening, and right in front of you there should be the Garako Matriarch, which is another legendary boss encounter. Defeat it, and then you can safely grab that stim that's in the chest here. The final stim upgrade that's on Koboh might actually be the last one you find in the game. This one is at the Observatory Understructure, right before the final Dagon Gera fight. From the meditation point, go up the rope shortcut that you've hopefully found by this point. When you get to the top, run to the edge and jump onto the nearest platform that you see. There may be a pair of droidicas here that you have to fight. From there, go straight until you see a wall that you can run on that has exposed wires above it. Use BD's electro dart to bring that wall down, run up on it, then jump onto that taller platform in front of you. Turn around, hit the wires again to raise the wall, then run across it a second time and jump onto the next wall you can grab. Once you stop spinning, there's going to be another one to your right, jump on it the same way, then jump onto the rotating wall in front of you. Navigate the rotating wall and watch out for the electric charge at the end. Climb to the top, and then you can run across that platform and dash across to grab another ledge. There will be battle droids and some Bedlam Raiders here, so either fight them or just keep moving and make your way to these three rotating arms. Using your grapple, you're going to jump from arm to arm in a counterclockwise direction until you get around to the other side of that electric gate. Grapple onto the wall here, and when you climb to the top, there's going to be an opening on the left that you can fit through. On the other side, there's going to be a device that lets you pick up and throw a grapple point out the window. Throw it out and then get onto it, then immediately turn around, and the chest with the stim in it is going to be in a small room right above where you just were. Use that grapple point to jump in and claim your stim. After Koboh, we're moving on to Jedha, where we have two stim upgrades to find. The first one is incredibly easy. It's right after the cutscene in the cave when Cal and Merrin get stuck during that storm. The next time you get to control Cal, if you follow where Merrin leads you, you'll find that chest with the stim on the left as you exit the cave. This is probably the easiest one to obtain. The game practically throws it at you. The only way you'd miss it is if you're trying not to grab stims for a challenge run or something. But just in case you did miss it, fast travel to the Sheltered Hollow and follow the wall on the left until you find the chest. The second stim on Jedha is a little more involved. When you're on the mission to the safe house to rescue Brother Armias, you'll pass through the Crypt of Uhrma. When you get there, you'll find a little puzzle that involves pillars in the back wall that you need to push and pull. When you get the right combination, the wall will open up and you'll find the stim at the back of the room. To open the wall, you need to have the top two pillars on the outside pulled out and the bottom two pillars on the inside pulled out, and that will open the door. The answer to this secret can be found at the top of the crypt while you're exploring. It's a little after you meet the botanist, Peely. At the top, you'll see the same pattern that gives it away, and there's going to be an elevator that takes you right down to the tomb once you have the answer. The final stim upgrade to be found is on the Shattered Moon, and this one can actually be obtained on your first visit when you're looking for the High Republic compass. To get to this one, fast travel to the Automated Forge meditation point and go through the large yellow door that's right next to you. If the yellow door is blocked, you may need to explore some more and open it from the other side. In front of you is an enormous zip line that goes up a level. Take it all the way to the end, and you'll get to a split. At that split, go right, and when you get close to the end of that path, you'll see a spot where you can drop down and grab the ledge and shimmy across it. Jump up to the bar above you, keep climbing around until you get to the next platform. Here you'll find two walls that you can run on. Hit them both, and then jump off the second and grab the zipline that's in front of you. But don't take the zipline all the way down to the end. You want to let go halfway through and land on that platform below you. And when you do, you'll see the stim chest on a platform above. Use your grapple to get up on the right and take that second zip line to the other side, but you have to use a double jump to get over the exposed electricity, otherwise you'll let go of the zip. Once you land, just run around the path and grab the stim from the chest. And that is all 10 stim upgrades that you can find in Jedi Survivor, but that doesn't mean that's all the stims you can carry. There's one more stim pack you can find, and it comes in the form of the Fellowship perk. When this perk is equipped, it gives BD an extra stim, so if you've already found all 10 of these other stims in the world, this perk will cap you off at a solid 13 usable stim packs. The way to unlock the Fellowship perk is by completing the meditation chamber at the Untamed Downs. But before going over how to get Fellowship, I have a few general tips that I wanted to talk about regarding the stims because I do think it's important. The first is that if you try to stim up while you're in the process of getting hit, that stim will just get interrupted and you won't heal. This can get really dangerous when you're surrounded by a big group of enemies, so a good way to have a better guarantee of healing is to just jump away while you're using the stim. You can do both actions at the same time. The jump will keep you safe from most, not all, but most sources of damage, while BD heals you. If you're finding that the stims aren't quite effective enough, you can always try upgrading Cal's survival skill tree. Here, you can increase his health bar, make the stims more potent, or even make it so that the stims recover a portion of your force meter too. If you have some extra skill points to spare, it would not be a bad idea to upgrade some of your survival skills. And lastly, don't ignore your slow ability. That ultimate move is a perfect opportunity to heal up, and it may seem basic, but saving that ulti for when you're in a tight spot and need that guaranteed heal is a solid play. These are basic tips, but I feel like the basics can get overlooked a lot of the time, so it's good to go over them. Let's round out the video by now going over the Chamber of Clarity and how to get Fellowship. For this, we're going back to Koboh. Shocker, I know. And we're gonna fast spawn to the Boiling Bluff save point. From here, call a Neko and go out into the field and hang a left when you do. You'll see the entrance to the chamber up on the cliff above you. Use your Neko to jump onto the vines and follow the climb up to the entrance, and when you're there, go through the big yellow door and enter the chamber. The chamber's puzzle is relatively easy, I think. The goal is right in front of you on a platform that you can't quite reach yet. You have to use your force push and pull to move these giant blocks in the right sequence that clears the path for you, and there's several ways that you can do it. Ultimately, the main goal is to get this one block moving to the left while you get on top of it, and that will let you jump onto that platform with the goal. I'm not sure if Respawn had a specific way intended for you to complete this puzzle, or if it's more of a freestyle challenge. Either way, I didn't find it difficult at all, and it's well worth the time getting here. Keep in mind though that Fellowship is a really powerful perk. It requires a whopping 4 perk slots just by itself, so if you haven't found additional slots or haven't bought one from Z yet, you may not even be able to equip this perk. Just wanted to give you the heads up. If you found 10 or more data discs, you can always buy that additional slot from Z and you'll be good to go. But with that is how you find all the stim upgrades for BD1 in Jedi Survivor, plus the bonus stim you get from Fellowship. If you found this video helpful at all, do me a solid and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, consider subscribing and getting notified for more Jedi Survivor videos. That's going to do it from me. This has been Star. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.